Neptune are the 7th and 8th planets in our solar system, meaning that they're the farthest away from our Sun. In order to put these vast distances into perspective, we shrunk the entire solar system into the size of a football field. Sitting on the goal line would be the Sun, and on the 2-yard line would be Earth. Uranus is about 38 yards from our end zone. In real distances, that's about 19 AU from the Sun. Neptune is where things get really far out in our solar system. It lies 60 yards from our end zone, and that's 30 AU from our Sun.
So if the Sun were about the size of a typical door, the Earth would be the size of a nickel, and Uranus and Neptune would be the size of a baseball. Uranus is slightly larger in diameter than Neptune, but also slightly smaller in mass.
As the formation of the solar system section said, these ice giants formed about 4.5 billion years ago along with the rest of the solar system. Gravity pulled swirling gas and dust in to become an ice giant. Most likely they formed closer to the Sun and moved to the outer solar system about 4 billion years ago, where they remain the farthest planets from the Sun. Due to its blue coloration, Neptune was named after the Roman god of the sea. It is the 8th planet in our solar system and the 4th largest by its diameter. This ice giant was the first planet located through mathematical predictions rather than through regular observations of the sky. Galileo had recorded it as a fixed star during observations with his small telescope in 1612 and 1613. When Uranus didn't travel exactly as astronomers expected it to, a French mathematician, Urbain-Joseph Leverrier, proposed the position and mass of another as-of-then unknown planet that could cause the observed changes to Uranus's orbit. After being ignored by French astronomers, Leverrier sent his predictions to Johann Gottfried Galle at the Berlin Observatory, who found Neptune on his first night of searching in 1846.
The atmosphere on Neptune is made up of hydrogen and helium with some methane. Like Uranus, the methane absorbs red light, which makes the planet appear blue. Neptune has the second largest gravity of any planet in the solar system, second only to Jupiter. The surface gravity of Neptune is 1.14 times more than Earth. One rotational period on Neptune is equal to 164 years on Earth, and the length of one season on Neptune is around 40 Earth years. One day on Neptune is 16 Earth hours and 6 minutes. When Pluto was still considered a planet, it was the coldest planet in our solar system. However, when it was classified as a dwarf planet, Neptune inherited that title with a surface temperature of negative 218 degrees Celsius. Neptune has 14 moons, the 3 biggest being Triton, Nereid, and Neso. Triton is the largest of Neptune's 14 moons. It is unusual because it is the only large moon in our solar system that orbits in the opposite direction of its planet's rotation, a retrograde orbit. Scientists think that Triton is a Kuiper Belt object captured by Neptune's gravity millions of years ago. It shares many similarities with Pluto, the best-known world of the Kuiper Belt. Like our own moon, Triton is locked in a synchronous rotation with Neptune, meaning that one side faces the planet at all times. During its 1989 flyby, Voyager 2 also found that Triton has active geysers, making it one of the few geologically active moons in our solar system. Triton was discovered just 17 days after Neptune itself was discovered. Like a typical gas planet, Neptune has rapid winds. Neptune may be the windiest planet in the solar system, with winds around 1,500 miles per hour. Just as Jupiter has the well-known Great Red Spot, Neptune has the Great Dark Spot, which is about the diameter of Earth. Neptune's winds blew the Great Dark Spot across the planet at 700 miles per hour. It was one of the largest storms ever seen and was recorded in 1989. It lasted about 5 years. That spot has since disappeared. Recently, a new one appeared on a different part of the planet. New images obtained on May 16, 2016 by NASA's Hubble Space Telescope confirmed the presence of a dark vortex in the atmosphere of Neptune. Although similar features were observed in 1989 by the Voyager 2 spacecraft, this vortex is the first one observed on Neptune in the 21st century. Like other outer planets, Neptune possesses a ring system. Although they are very faint, they are most likely made up of ice particles and grains of dust with a carbon-based substance coating them. Because Pluto's orbit is so eccentric, it sometimes crosses the orbit of Neptune, causing Pluto to be closer to the Sun than Neptune for a few years. Just like Uranus, only one spacecraft, Voyager 2, has flown past Neptune. It happened in 1989 and captured the first close-up pictures of the planet.
The British astronomer William Herschel discovered Uranus in 1781 while searching for faint stars. It was the first new planet discovered since ancient times and is the first planet to be found with the aid of a telescope. Herschel unsuccessfully tried to name his discovery Georgium Sidus after King George III. Instead, the planet was named for Uranus, the Greek god of the sky. Most of the planet's mass is made up of a hot, dense fluid of quote-unquote icy materials like water, methane, and ammonia above a small rocky core. Its atmosphere is mostly made up of hydrogen, helium, and methane. Uranus's blue-green color comes from the methane gas in the atmosphere. Methane gas absorbs the red portion of the light, resulting in a blue-green color. Uranus also spins rapidly and has a day of 17 hours and 14 minutes. Unlike any other planets, Uranus spins horizontally. It is the only planet whose equator is nearly at a right angle to its orbit, with a tilt of 98 degrees, which possibly resulted from a collision with a large object long ago. This unique tilt causes the most extreme seasons in the solar system. For nearly a quarter of each year on Uranus, which is 84 Earth years, the sun shines directly over each pole, plunging the other half of the planet into a 21-year-long dark winter. This unique tilt of 98 degrees also makes Uranus appear to spin on its side, orbiting the sun like a rolling ball. Like Venus, Uranus has a retrograde rotation, meaning that it moves from east to west. Uranus has 27 moons, the 5 biggest being Miranda, Ariel, Umbriel, Titania, and Oberon. While most of the moons orbiting other planets have names from Greek mythology, Uranus's moons are unique in being named for Shakespearean characters, and some are named for characters from the works of Alexander Pope.
Inner moons appear to be half water and half rock. The composition of the moons outside the orbit of Oberon remains unknown, but they are likely to capture asteroids. Miranda has a surface unlike any other moon. It has giant fault canyons as much as 20 times as deep as the Grand Canyon. Parts of the surface appear very old, while others look much younger. Ariel has the brightest and possibly the youngest surface of all the moons of Uranus. Umbriel is the darkest of the 5 large moons. It has many old large craters and has a mysterious bright ring on one side. Oberon, the outermost of the 5 moons, is old and has many craters and shows little signs of internal activities.
Uranus has 2 sets of rings. The inner system of 9 rings consists mostly of narrow, dark gray rings. There are 2 outer rings. The innermost one is reddish, like dusty rings elsewhere in the solar system, and the outer ring is blue, like Saturn's E-ring. After the Voyager 2 spacecraft visited Uranus in 1986, scientists have identified 13 known rings around Uranus, and the discovery of 2 new rings was announced in 2005. Only 1 spacecraft has visited Uranus. After traveling more than 1.8 billion miles in 9 years, NASA's Voyager 2 gathered much of its critical information about the planet, including its rings and moons, in just 6 hours.
As a nice giant, Uranus doesn't have true surface. The planet is mostly swirling fluids. A spacecraft that doesn't have somewhere to land, its fluid flies through atmosphere unabated easily. The extreme pressures and temperature will destroy a metal spacecraft.